One of the main goals in Phase 1 of rehab is to gain range of motion. We start with a hip range of motion exercise. Lying the patient supine with the hip flexed to 30 degrees, we rotate the leg clockwise for 5 minutes and counterclockwise for 5 minutes. I would also do this at 70 degrees. It is important to stay below 90 degrees of hip flexion at this point in rehab. Isometrics are also key during this phase. The patient lacks active range of motion and needs to strengthen otherwise. I would start with strengthening the glutes with isometrics by asking the athlete to lie prone and contract the glutes. This strengthens external rotators. Next, I would strengthen the adductors and abductors of the hip. Lie the athlete in a hook-lying position where they will squeeze a ball between their legs for adduction and resist a TheraBand for abduction. This can also be done in a prone position, exercising the adductors by squeezing the ball and the abductors with the TheraBand, holding for 10 seconds with each isometric contraction. Next, put the athlete in a dependent position. Have them extend the knee to strengthen the quad. The rectus femoris is important to strengthen during this phase. Next is double leg bridges. This combines a closed kinetic chain exercise and a range of motion exercise. The glutes, psoas, and core are strengthened. In this phase, I will increase the intensity of exercises along with range of motion. First, we start with TA isometrics with marching. We have the athlete contract their core first while lifting each foot. Strengthening the core also helps take stress off of the psoas. Next, have the athlete do a straight leg raise. First, we have them contract their quad to activate the VMO. This strengthens the psoas and quad. Next, have the athlete do step-ups, making sure they have a soft, quiet, and controlled landing. Next, have the athlete do hip hikes on a small box. This strengthens the glute med. Finally, to begin working on the athlete's proprioception, have them do steamboats. This will help them activate the hip stabilizers. In this phase, the athlete will work on gaining strength and balance. We start with resisted hip flexion with a TheraBand to strengthen the psoas. Next, we have the athlete squat while abducting. These are called lateral band walks. It activates the abductors, glutes, and quads. Bosu lunges will increase proprioception while strengthening glute, quads, and psoas. Bosu bridges incorporate the strengthening from the previous phases while adding proprioception. In week 12, the athlete should start walking on the treadmill. This will not only create a more functional exercise, but also help evaluate gait. You want to make sure the athlete does not have a weak glute med, resulting in a Trendelenburg gait. In Phase 4, you want to incorporate power and plyometrics. First, we have box jumps. This explosive action will be more practical in everyday activities. Make sure the landings are quiet, gentle, and controlled. Next, we do a lunge with medicine ball rotation. This helps activate the core and the psoas at the same time. Single leg Bosu hops help incorporate proprioception, strengthening, and isolates the affected leg. Next, have the athlete jump rope to combine plyometrics and cardio. Finally, the stationary bike creates a resistive range of motion, cardio, and endurance exercise. In Phase 5, we want to make sure we incorporate functional testing, sport-specific activity, endurance, and conditioning. We start with the elliptical. Next, we combine retro walking and running into one exercise. Retro walking promotes balance, and the toes have contact with the ground instead of a heel strike. Next, we have a T agility drill. This creates a more functional environment for the athlete before returning to play. The Versa Climber incorporates hip flexion and a cardio workout. Finally, we have an agility ladder drill.